day 7 of NACT.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the
All
battle.
Area 77 because that's a pretty balanced, well-rounded draft. Something that we've seen so far already in the tournament. We know how these players play on these heroes, doing well, but a new wave is bringing out something that we possibly is the first time we're seeing. It's the first time I'm seeing Alice in this tournament so far. Alice actually, you're right, he's going the mid lane, and we're seeing a little bit of engage going on already in mid lane.
Yeah, Alice mid. I don't know how I feel about it. This is kind of what we say, those wild card picks. You know, used to seeing her more on the side lane than the mid. So I really want to see how New Wave is going to kind of pull this together. But we do see a possible clash going in. It looks like Tamal a little bit too close to Area 77, but able to get away with barely any HP. Now, in terms of winning conditions, what do you say, you know, both sides kind of have to do to take the tide in the early game?
Early game, New Wave actually is, besides Alice does need some farm, but the fact that they have Popo who has more of a sustain, like he's able to kind of rotate by himself and have protection in the early game without a tank, so that's why they would have drafted a Faramis so he can provide some vision during the mid lane. So I guess I can see how New Wave's draft makes sense, but personally I feel like Area 77 draft offers, especially during the late game, where Esme and Eve has her farm, it'll be very scary for New Wave to deal with.
Yeah, you know, you do see that Faramis pick on the side of New Wave. I think, you know, it works. It definitely gives you a little bit of insurance, especially in these 5v5 clashes, to have that, you know, boost the HP. And then Faramis also being able to, you know, go through that turret for a potential set as well. So I see New Wave being possibly more of the aggressor. They need to play more of the aggressive role in this early game in order to kind of take the lead. But we do see a clash in the mid lane, and first blood by Yato over on Faramis, you know, taking that first blood, getting a little bit of the lead as we are going into the first few minutes of the game.
This is kind of like where they start to contest for the first turtle. Alice is rotating towards here, but we're seeing Esme coming here as well.
We got that Pogi with the heavy spin in the zone, is able to take the turtle as well, and able to pin Doctor on the wall and getting the kill, but the clash is going on. We do see a 2v3 and able to take out Pogi. Merciless able to escape, but Area 77 did secure the turtle.
Still a trade in favor of Area 7, just 1-for-1 trade with the turtle. So for New Wave draft, I guess, towards the late game, Area 77 does need to really pay attention, because you see here with that clash, when New Wave groups as a group together, it's really hard to kill them, especially with Faramis skills towards the late game.
Now, like we said, in terms of objectives, in terms of kind of making the match go in your favor, we have to see New Wave be a little bit more of the aggressor, but it'll be a little bit hard, you know, having that Akai, being able to zone out those objectives, especially on a heavy jungler like Ballman. You know, that's going to be what Area 77 has to do. Get those heavy spins, save it for the objectives, and, you know, make sure that you can secure them and kind of grow that gold lead. We are going into the, you know, the first 5 minutes of the game, you know, kind of even on both sides, but time will tell. But we have to see these rotations on these objectives, especially before the 10-minute mark from both sides. You know, whichever side wants it more has to kind of lean on rotating together and focusing those turtles.
Right now we're seeing top lane. Akai is trying to gank this. Heavy spin did connect, but Lord T did not follow. Oh yes, the follow came through. Oh my goodness,
Pogi taking out Joppa at 3-1. With Area 77 in the lead. You know, I see a lot of people that are definitely Area 77 fans out there. Make sure you guys shout out your team that you guys are going for in today's series. It will be best out of 3. So right now we are seeing a little bit of a clash. Oh my goodness, the way the dragon connecting over on Ziggy, and Pogi able to take him out, continuing that kill lead. It's now 4-1 with only 4 minutes inside of the game.
I see this where, well,
oh my goodness, and able to take out Yato, but the clash going on, lethal counter going down, Merciless taking out Dogtor, and then Lord T going in and taking out In, and they will go for that turtle. This will be a 6-2 lead and another turtle on the side of Area 77.
Like the bush plays. When Pogi was in the bush, they were able to successfully take down someone from New Wave, but I feel like that Diarok kind of overextended a little bit. He saw 3 people coming into that bush, but he still decided to camp there and walk right in to get the Eve. It was a good idea before the turtle fight, but it just did not play out well.
I like the mindset Area 77 is going into this game with. You know, they're focusing, not being too greedy, going for those objectives, and starting the snowball. You know, it is 6-2. We have to see New Wave pay a little bit more attention and focus these objectives, or just play a little bit safer and not trade deaths, and you know, and also losing objectives as well, as that's how the snowball, you know, starts to roll. So it is leaning more in the favor of Area 77 right now, but we do see the lethal counter going down. Real manipulation raining down onto Maul, but able to escape. What plays are we seeing over there by the side of Area 77 right now?
No. Hogi is just rotating bot thing. I think right now for Area 77, all they really need to do is just secure these objectives, try to push out some lanes. Teamfight wise, try to dominate New Wave in snowballing, because late game, when New Wave gets, if they're able to reach that point when they get more defensive items up, especially for the Alice, in teamfights is going to be a difficult situation for Area 77.
I think this is one of the matches that everybody wanted to see. You know, two top teams competing for the top 8 spot for North America. Both of them are NACT champions and also North American Squad League champions. So just knowing that these teams know what it takes to play at that higher caliber, you know, anything can happen in the blink of an eye, and just the, you know, one clash. So we do know New Wave has that, you know, fairness on their side. But speaking of fairness, we do see a clash over there. Ziggy taking out Gal's Cutie. We got real manipulation down as well. Looks like Tamal is pinned on the wall. Lord T able to connect and get the kill. You see Ziggy trying to get away, doing a little bit of damage, but unable to really offer anything, you know, to the side of Area 77 in terms of taking out any of their team members. But there was a trade. We did see New Wave able to stack a kill, but Merciless taking out Dogtor, an 8-3 lead on the side of Area 77.
It's actually a winning XP lane matchup in favor of Area 77, even though the hero counters, Daryl actually counters Esme. Merciless was able to show us differently. So it looks like Area 77 is about to secure the next turtle. They've already taken down 3 turtles. I'm not sure Balmon is able to even contest right here.
There we go. Another turtle on the side of Area 77, increasing that gold lead. They're now up by 3K. You know, they got an additional turtle as well, leading in kills. And then Gal's Kitty taking out Tamal, able to take out Faramis again. You know, Tamal, it's not looking too good right now. Currently 0-3, but the clash continues. You see Gal's Kitty going in. Yato able to secure the kill on Joppa, continuing the snowball. Now, this is kind of looking a little, you know, rough on the side of New Wave right now. And what would you say New Wave would have to do to kind of pick the pace back up and match what Area 77 has brought to the table?
When we're talking about when they're trying to bring out a shock factor, I expected the Faramis draft to be like a shock factor, especially while we're seeing a team fight going down bot lane here though. That gets caught again. Well, going back to what I was saying, we're expecting Faramis and Alice to be more like a shock factor, especially the Faramis, because since they drafted it first pick, so they should they would have had a synergy, had a combination that they're trying to work out, but so far we're not seeing how that is supposed to execute.
Now we are getting into that first 10-minute mark of the game. Let's take a little bit of a look over on the items so far for both sides. We do see Beatrix taking that Blade of Despair and that Malefic Roar, having the, you know, damage, and also having the pin, especially this early in the game, is definitely working in her favor, you know, with the additional gold that her team provided from those turtles, giving her the lead over on Popos. He only has that Blade of Despair built on his side. But we do got a clash going on. Lord T taking out Ziggy. Heavy's been pinned 2 on the wall, and they are also silenced. Will they be able to escape? Tamal trying to get away, but Lord T catches Tamal and takes him out, and able to get away with a little bit over half HP. This lead is just steady growing on the side of Area 77.
And Poggy's engages and his plays have just been on point, not only with the objectives, but also when like camping the bush, and then all the heavy spins connected, so he's definitely doing very well on that Kai so far in this game.
Now, you know, the Petrify over there on Gal's Cutie. Gal's Cutie using the weight of the dragon as an answer to Dogtor, but is it enough? Can he escape? Able to get away with the mobility of Joe. What a play over there on the side of Gal's Cutie. We do see a little bit of a clash possibly going on inside the mid lane. Looks like Pogi able to take out Joppa. Man, this is just such a climb in terms of kills and gold for the side of Area 77 right now. But they are not done. They are out for blood. Real world manipulation going down. Yato taking out Dogtor. Ziggy taking out Pogi. Ziggy also taking out Merciless for the double kill. They are going to try and possibly take this mid lane turret. We do know Lord T with that Beatrix able to use that sniper to try to go in without minions, and they are able to take out the mid lane turret as well. But Ziggy going in with Alice. The clash is not over. Cole Alter over there by Tamal. Gals Cutie trying to escape, but they are going for the kill. Ziggy able to take out Yato, leaving only Gals Cutie alive on the side of Area 77. Just a little bit greedy of a play. You do see New Wave over there going for the first Lord. So, you know, that's the kind of thing with teams, you know, get that little bit of that advantage, get that snowball going. Sometimes they make, you know, slightly too greedy plays, and that worked in the favor of New Wave right there as they're able to secure that first Lord.
It did really well in the early game, but at that point, they were just kind of in the bush for a little bit too long. I think they didn't expect the amount of slow and damage that Alice, Faramis, and Belmont combo brought, and that kind of gave their advantage away a little bit for the Belmont to secure that Lord and get some objective down for New Wave. And this is the point of the game where I feel like we're starting to see how New Wave's comp is supposed to work out. With Faramis, Alice synergy together, and Belmont, the amount of sustain and damage it offers, especially being able to resurrect as well.
No, I do like to see, even on both sides of the teams, they're prepping in terms of items. You see everybody is kind of built that dominance ice, especially on Area 77 to counter that, you know, Ziggy over there with that Alice. And then on the side of New Wave, you know, they're also looking out for that Merciless with Esmeralda as well. Just, you know, that little bit of that item check. But in terms of zonage right now, it is going into the favor of Area 77. Just having the real world manipulation, having the heavy spin, you know, over there by Akai as well. And then Merciless being able to go in, you know, and peel with Esmeralda might be a little too much for New Wave to kind of handle right now. So they might want to play a little bit safe, just kind of take the objectives they can and wait for Area 77 to be more of the aggressor and take the riskier, you know, plays.
It was a really good escape from Esmeralda all the way deep into their jungle on the red buff. She was able to dance her way back to the mid lane. That's when you see a good player on Esmeralda being so tanky. It's so hard to kill her. So Esme is definitely gonna help sustain Area 77 to the late game. At this point, the goal lead with that Lord fight basically went down to 1,000. So at this point in the game, it could be anybody's game.
Yeah, you know, in terms of win conditions right now, they still have a couple of insurance with the towers that are still in play for the side of New Wave, but they are on the losing side in terms of that, and also in terms of kills. So we want to see them play a little bit tighter together and kind of focus either on the clashes as a team or the objectives. But we do see a fight going on the bottom side. Pogi going in with the heavy spin, but Cole Alter activated by Tamal to give a little bit of health and a little bit of sustainability to the side of New Wave, and they are able to escape that clash.
Hard to kill them. To kill New Wave when they're grouped together at this point. When they got their build up, when it's a 4-man clash, it's really hard to kill New Wave.
And they receive that counter over there with Dairoth on the Esmeralda. Doctor able to secure the kill and escaping as Pogi goes to clear that lane. Now, this is okay. You know, it's not over. It's kind of leaning in the favor of Area 77, but it is still winnable on the side of New Wave. We just got to see how these clashes play out. Currently, if you're looking in terms of kills, leading on the side for Area 77 right now is Pogi with the 5, 2, and 7 Akai, and right behind him, Lord T, you know, making it rain with damage from that Beatrix.
Right now, they're kind of grouping for Lord. If anybody can go into zone right now, real world
manipulation going down. You see the heavy spin by Pogi as both teams are fighting for Lord. This will be Luminous Lord. A kill over there by Yato, taking out Doctor and taking out the Lord with the lethal counter. Galskitty trying to escape, but in right behind him. Do they continue the clash or let the Lord push up? Looks like the side of New Wave are going to push in, but unable to really connect with anything, and they are going to play a little bit safer and maybe sync the lanes, you know, regroup. They are winning right now in terms of the Luminous Lord, so this is where a play might be able to happen in their favor. This is the class that they wanted. That is the objective they wanted as well, and this might be what they needed to turn the tide on today's match.
They played really well for New Wave when they're seeing that Pogi arrives to the battlefield. They basically, all they really were trying to do is to zone him out. So even though Cho was trying to get to their jungler to stop, to maybe contest for that Lord, but Pogi was nowhere near.
You see New Wave able to take the bottom tower. They also took the mid tower as well. They are trying to even up the map. They are actually in the lead in terms of towers right now, but real world manipulation going down. Both teams clashing in the mid lane. Heavy spin by Pogi for the zone. His lethal counter over there by End. Not able to really do any damage, but nobody kind of fell to that trade on both sides. I like the mindset right now going into the second half by New Wave. They're playing a little bit safer. They're taking the fights that they know they can win, and they also, you know, have the fairness to be able to pull out when things get bad with that Colt Altar with the additional HP boost. But looking at the items right now, you kind of see Eve going with that Ice Queen wand to have a little bit more slow in that real world manipulation. But if you look at Bomber right now, that full tank build, you know, they have a lot of frontline presence, but the clash is going on in the mid lane. We do see Joppa taking out Gal's Cutie. Merciless thinking about going in, but pulls back. Looks like everybody is going to possibly go for a heavy clash inside of the mid lane. It's just a bloodbath right now. Real world manipulation going down for the zone is pushing back New Wave.
Their composition overall for New Wave is really good at engaging and disengaging for their side. And right now, it got to a point in the game where it's hard to take down anybody from New Wave individually or when they're grouped together. So at this point, Area 77 might need to think about finding a way to maybe camp somewhere in the bush before the next objective and try to take down one person. We see S's build so right now is already pretty tanky. I meant Faramis, but if they're able to take down Faramis before a team fight or even take down Alice, it'll be a lot easier for your Area 7 to engage.
Speaking about Alice over there by Ziggy, 4-2 and 3. We were wondering how that was going to work, you know, playing inside of the mid lane. And I think he's doing a phenomenal job. He's 4-2 and 3 right now. Hasn't really done anything to kind of hurt his team. He's, you know, been in the kind of positive positions leading toward the victory for New Wave right now. And he's just doing a really great job. You know, you don't see Alice in the mid lane too often. We say these wild card picks, you know, can either go one way, which is really good, or the other way, really bad. But right now, it's kind of leaning in their favor, especially with Tamal having that fair miss as well. I think everybody wanted to see how that was going to go, especially on the first pick. What a risky pick on their side.
Especially with especially Belmont secured that with again with the leave counter.
Oh my goodness, but they are getting into a little bit of clash. Looks like Tamal trying to get away, but Colt Altar possibly being activated over there by Fairness. We see the way of the dragon connecting on Pogi, but the fight is not over. What a clash. Colt Altar has been activated for the additional HP, but Joppa taking out Gal's Cutie, and they are going to continue the fight and taking out Merciless, not afraid to go in behind enemy lines. You see Lord T also able to get a kill as well, 6-1 and 4, but Joppa able to take him out. There's only Yato left and Pogi on the side of Area 77 as we do have Luminous Lord pushing on the top side.
That humongous heal though, with that flash together of Alice, Popo, and Faramis together, the amount of sustain and heal is just so hard to deal with. Maybe next game is just might as well ban out this Faramis.
This is looking really good on the side of New Wave right now. I will say they have turned the tide. I think everybody was kind of leaning in the favor of Area 77 in the first half of this game. But right now, the strong presence, the strong comeback by New Wave is showing, you know, their resilience right now. You see a little bit of the way the Dragon connecting on Merciless. Pogi able to take out Ziggy, but the top inhibitor turret has been taken out. Luminous Lord is making his way in, but nobody is going to really try and contest it all. There's only one inhibitor turret left on the side of Area 77 right now. So, I don't know. What do you think Area 77 has to do to kind of come back in this situation?
They need to find a way to... I think Alice is the one in the team fight that offers the most sustain and damage overall in the team fight. That makes it really hard for Area 77 to come on top of the team fight. So they need to find a way to maybe take out Alice or wait until Faramis' skills is on cooldown before they engage.
Speaking of engage, looks like Area 77 is on the aggressive side. They are pushing in that mid lane. They were able to take that second tower. Looks like they are going to try and go for the inhibitor turret in the mid as well. But we do see Joppa over there and Tamal on the defense, and they are able to push them back. Man, this is a crazy game. I like, you know, this level of competition between both sides. You never know which way it's going to go. This is kind of one of those matches where it's all going to depend on basically how one clash plays out, especially with both of these teams, you know, playing at that higher elo and caliber with these fights. But the wild card is Tamal with that Faramis. Having that additional HP is going to be crucial. So we have to see Area 77 kind of bait out that ultimate and wait to get too aggressive on these clashes.
Yeah, and then I think Cho needs to stay alive because Cho has been making some very crucial sets that takes down someone from New Wave. So we really need Cho to stay alive. So maybe even right now, besides one security objectives, Pogi might need to tank out some damage for and Esme for Eve to do damage in the back to kind of counter that in the team fight, because right now the team fight is not looking good for Area 77 with the amount of heal and sustain, especially if Aramis has his ultimate.
Ooh, did you see Alice going in? Full Area 77. Lord T taking out Ziggy. Heavy spin, pinning Tamal on the wall and in as well, but Co-Alter activated over there by Fairness. Will it be enough to escape? Lord T taking out Doctor, but the fight is not over. Gals Kitty trying to chase down Joppa. He is not able to get away as Merciless is right on him and able to take him out. That will be 3 down on the side of New Wave with full Area 77 pushing in that mid inhibitor turret, able to take it out. Will they go for a potential ending? They are going to go for the clash against Tamal and In, but will they be enough? You see Immortality getting popped over there by In. Can he escape the suppress? He does, able to escape. Lord T able to get the kill. We do see another Immortality going down. Yato getting Tamal in Area 77 with the swift finish, taking game 1 against New Wave.